Hi guys, welcome to Rec Room World. In today's video we're going to do a brief introduction of our brand new revamped Multicades. The exciting part is that we consider these two models light gun Multicades now, because we have, as you can see, integrated the light guns with metal gun holsters on both sides here. Both models here that you see are identical except for the screen size. So you have your 32-inch monitor and a 43-inch version available. The reason we did the 43-inch is because since it is a light gun cabinet, for those of you who have space for it, it's nicer when you stand far away to shoot at a bigger screen. But for those of you that are a little bit more restricted in terms of space, this is just as nice, has exactly the same functionality, everything is the same and brand new. Brand new for these models is the spinner knob here on both of them. The other feature that we've added is the fact that the audio controls are now integrated on the front. Same with this USB hub that you can turn each individual USB connection on and off. So if I hit that, you can see how it turns off. If I hit it again, it comes back. This is important for the light guns, as you can see, because those light guns, when you do turn them on, let me show you. Right there, I'm going to turn this one on. I'm going to turn this one on as well. What happens is there's going to be a white border that pops up around this screen. The light guns that we support and sell are Sinden light guns. So let me show you what these look like. Sinden light guns are made in England, and they have one big advantage. They have a camera built into the front, as you can see there, and it has recoil built in, so it feels real. It's nice and heavy. These guys can have artificial intelligence built in, so that regardless of how far you stand or how tall you are, it auto calibrates. So when you actually pull this gun out, let me show you here, and you point at the screen, there you go. See how it actually sees you right away. See it when I'm moving? There you go. It's super fast. There you go, and it just works. Same with the second one. I mean, the games on here we have for the light gun games. Let me see if I can show you here. Yeah, there you go. Light gun games. There are 421 of these light gun games that are pre-configured, ready to play with these Sinden light guns. And they are, like I said, truly plug and play. Something else we did is we put a little hook on here for you guys so that you can just put that on here and nobody trips over the wires in front of it. Also new are the LED strips. The fact that it's on 4 wheels now, so it can be moved. See how I can move this around easily. And when you're ready to anchor it down, it has casters so that it cannot roll around anymore. We also integrated a nice large subwoofer on the back door. And if that wasn't enough, since this is not just a Multicade for arcade games, but also for console games, we're talking about all your Nintendo console, Dreamcast, Intellivision, you name it, Sega. It's all on there, and what we did is we mounted 8-bit DO controllers right here, put some LED strips under here as well. When you take these off, that's when the system then recognizes the actual controller, right? It will actually then, see how it says 8-bit DO Pro wired connected now? So now you can play these other games that are on here. And if you put it back on here and it will just charge, then it says disconnected. Super cool, and it works flawlessly. And the reason it works flawlessly is because we run these machines not on Windows, but on Linux. And Linux is so much more stable. Plus, we have an agreement and a collaboration with a company called Retro Night Gaming in California. And these boys, they know what they're doing when it comes to software. They're going to do all your support. If any games at all do not work, which is very rare, they will get that up and running for you. And they also release new versions every so often. We are fully committed to the hardware side of things, but they are then available to you in California, meaning extended hours for people on the East Coast or Central, for anything that's related to the software here, right? So again, software goes all the way up to 124,000 games on the 8 terabyte drive that we offer, but they even have drives that go all the way up to 160,000 games, which is kind of overkill if you ask me, but it's there, and you can certainly talk to them. and get the game lists. In fact, game lists you can get from us. Just call us, right? 614-208-7780. We'll give you the game lists, and you can see everything that's on these machines. I hope you're ready to be impressed, because when you go to the all games category in here, you can see up here it says 123,528 games. So this is absolutely unbelievable. The arcade game category itself has the entire collection of all arcade games ever made, 3,566 games. Favorites, that's super important to know that you can actually create your own favorites category with games that you like to play and you don't want to have to scroll and find every time. So here, when you click and go into this category, I've already added a few, as you can see here. These are my Donkey Kong games with the previews. So here's Donkey Kong 1, 2, and 3. And see how it has a nice description of what it is, the rating of the game, whether it's a 1 or 2 player game, platform, jump and run, when it was created in 1982 by Nintendo, and of course what kind of emulator it uses, which is the MAME emulator, multiple arcade machine emulator. So these can be added and removed. So if I wanted to remove one of them, let's say Amidar didn't want it anymore, all I have to do is hit my middle top button and hold it, and it's removed from favorites. Now notice that I still have that white border around it. That's because I did not turn off my light guns. As soon as I push my USB buttons on the front and I turn them off, watch what happens. There you go. Sinden light gun disconnected, and that border goes away. So if you want to play Donkey Kong, let me actually load it up real quick. You can see how fast this thing actually loads Donkey Kong. It's super fast and very stable. There you go. And then you can add your own coins. We have a coin button for it. There you go. Play, get the game started, right? Exact same game as in the arcades. It uses the exact same code. And of course you can see this monitor is gorgeous, very bright, very colorful. If you're done playing, you have 2 buttons here that you can press at the same time. And then it takes you back to the menu system. It takes about 5 to 10 seconds, and you're going to be back in your selection menu system. Super easy to use, this machine. Going back into the actual system here with the back button. Here you go. So you have everything you can go scroll through here on the side. You know, I'm going to go show you. This is all your Dragon's Lair type stuff. Space Ace is on here. MAME is just the multiple arcade machine emulator with nearly 3,000 games. The Atari consoles, everybody remembers the Atari 5200, and every time you open up, you can it shows you what the actual unit looked like back in the day, right? Atari Jaguar. I'm going to go scroll through it real quick so everybody can see the different categories. ColecoVision, I had one of those. Intellivision, you have 137 games of that. Now, if you want a version of this that has every game ever made for each category, you can talk to Retro Night Gaming, our partner, and they can hook you up. They go all the way up to 40 terabytes, if you can believe that, which to me is complete overkill, but it's available, right? You can do it. Ours is 8 terabytes. We also offer the 16 terabyte version as well, and that takes you definitely in the 130,000 game category. Super graphics. Here's your NES. Of course, everybody likes 5,000 of these games. Game Boy, Super Nintendo, 1,269 of Super Nintendo games. So if you go in here, again, nicely listed here, you can go and see the previews of everything. Addams Family game. Different ones, actually. They had 3 different Addams Family games. And preview, explanation, how good the game was. Is it a 1-player or 2-player? This was a 1-player game. And again, remember, if you really want to play this one, you just push the button, and then it says add it to the favorites. So as soon as I jump back out, oh, I just loaded it, sorry. Let me hold this. Sorry about that, so let's jump back out. So now I can go back up to my favorites. Let's go and find it. It should be right here somewhere. There we go. And I go in. Guess what? I just added that Addams Family, which is an SNES game, as you can see. So that kind of gives you an idea of what's here. Again, a complete list of all the games, all the different systems and consoles can be requested on our sales line. Don't forget to go to recroomworld.com. That's RECROOMWORLD.com. You'll get much more information about everything, how to order, and you can also reach us on our sales line in there. Okay guys, I think that pretty much covers everything. To just give you an overview, I'm going to go and step back and show you the beauty of these machines one more time for a few more seconds. So here we are. I'm partial to the design of this product. One of the reasons we didn't do a 3 and 4 player is because those machines look, to me, they look gaudy. They're like huge, monstrous control panels, and the amount of times you really play 3 and 4 player games is so limited that in this particular scenario, you can use your controllers, the 8-bit do controllers for player 3 and 4. So we can, and it is supported here, to have 4 players at once. 2 of them playing on the arcade joysticks and 2 of them on these, the ones that are mounted, the white 8-bit do controllers. So these are 4-player cabinets. They just don't have one big control panel with all 4 players. Thanks again for your interest. Let us know if you have any comments, any suggestions. We always like to hear improvement recommendations, of course. I think this thing is about as good as it can get, especially since it's running on Linux. It's steadfast. It has support for software from a third party. So you're getting the hardware support and cabinetry from us, and then you get Retro Night Gaming to support you on the software side of things. And again, like I said, I've tried a bunch of these games, including Lycan games, and it's very steadfast. It just works. Thanks, guys.